News, Washington.
While moves on Capitol Hill usually have more consequence than the moves on a basketball court, one NBA player's criticism of his home government may have put his life and his family in some danger.
Turkish native Enes Kanter plays for the New York Knicks, but he won't play against the Washington Wizards next week in London. After a stream of death threats, Kanter is sitting the game out here in the States for fears that he might get killed for criticizing the Turkish president. Kanter has spoken out for years against what he sees as a violent and dictatorial regime that threatens the Turkish people. New York Knicks' Enes Kanter is here to talk to us about his team, his home country, and worries for his life. Welcome. It's great to have you once again here on I-24 News.
Thank you so much.
First, explain. You're an NBA star.
Yep.
How come you have actual fears for your life once you're out of this country? Why is President Erdogan allegedly after you?
Well, because I speak out against the government and Erdogan, and the Turkish government is very famous for hunting down people who speak out against the government, especially in Europe. You know, there's been a lot of cases in many countries that, you know, he's been hunting down, you know, teachers, journalists, and community leaders, over 100 cases. So that's why when I talked to my teammate, they said, don't risk it.
But the NBA is different, right? I mean, the NBA cares so deeply about this game. It seems like it's a bit of a slap at British security, at security there, that you're not willing to go.
Well, first of all, I wanted to go so bad. That's why I talked to my team, and they said, first they said you can go. But they said all you can do is go to practice, go back to your room. Go to game, go back to your room. You cannot leave your room. You have to be in your room 24/7 with a security. And I accepted it. I said, okay. And then later on, we come with a decision and said, you know what, it's the best if you don't go.
Enes, I'd like to get your thoughts on this interaction with another Turkish former NBA star, Hedo Turkoglu. He said that you were sitting the game out in London, and that's because of visa issues.
Yep.
He said, he wrote, it's logistics, not threats from Erdogan or his supporters that are really why you're staying home. He said you're part of a smear campaign against Turkey, and that this was meant to make you seem more important than what you really are. That's what Hedo said. And then you responded with your very own tweet. Let's watch it. It's a picture, and if you can explain what we're looking at. Wait, it comes. I know you have it here also.
I have it here also.
What is this document?
Well, so this is my travel document. So this travel document shows that I can go anywhere place I want. I don't need a visa because this place is a travel document that I can go anywhere I want outside of America. And I wanted to put it out there because he said it's a visa issue. So I wanted to show the whole world that he is lying, and Turkish government made him say that.
You have no Turkish citizenship, right?
No, but I have the travel document, so I can go anywhere I want.
What do your teammates say about your criticism of Erdogan? Because there are some locker rooms that don't like to get into politics because it can create distractions.
Well, they're praying for me, of course. They feel bad for me because what I'm going through with me and my family. And it's a very confusing conversation. That's why they've been asking me lots of questions. And I've been trying to explain them. But it's just very sad that for them because their teammate going through this kind of stuff, because they want me to be out there with him, have fun with him, play basketball with him, go. I hope we'll get a win with me or without me with him. So that's why they were very sad. But I was just sitting down with him and trying to explain to him this is what happens and this is what's going on. So that's why they were heartbroken.
And I know you also have a lot of fears on a daily basis for your family. The last time that we spoke was right after a Turkish court sentenced your father. They said he's a member of a terror group, sentenced him to 15 years in prison. Where's your father now? Are you in contact with him?
Well, I haven't talked to my family long time because last time, 2 years ago, they came to my house and raided my house. When they come to raid my house, they took every electronics away, the phones away, laptops away, computers away. They wanted to see if I'm still in contact with my family or not. And if they would see any little text message, say, hi, Mom, or hi Dad, how you guys doing? They will be all in jail. So that's why I have no contact with my family. My dad has actually a trial on March 7 at 2:30 p.m. and he's facing 15 years in jail. And if they found him, if they say you're guilty, he's going to be in jail for 15 years just because of he's my dad.
Well, I want to ask you a little bit about basketball. You were a starter with the Knicks. Yep. Now you're not. There's the rap against you. Is that why you can score and rebound, that maybe you're not so great on defense? Is that fair?
It is fair because every player has have some growth to do, you know, because I think every player should say, okay, I'm not that. I need to work on my game. I need to work on my three-point shot. I need to work on my defense, offense. So for me right now, take to the next level to become a superstar, I think, just work on my three-point shot and defense, and then that's what I've been really focused on.
And let's also address the rumors that there might be a trade between you, a swap between you and Zach Randolph of Sacramento. What do you have to say? Is it happening?
Oof, well, I mean, I just heard the news today, and I was even shocked about it. But, you know, first, you got to understand it's business. But, I mean, people, I think not just people, the whole world know about, for me, and for the love of I have in my heart for New York. I love New York. I know this is my home. I made it from the first day. This is my home. And you know, it's so amazing to me that I've been getting all the the death threats, all the bad words and everything. New York was the one who stand up with me and who was just protecting me and saying, you know what, we're behind you. So that's why I love New York, but if it happens, I can't control it because it's out of my hand.
I agree with you. There are a lot of us who love New York. It's one of the greatest cities in the world with the greatest fans and a great arena. The team is not so great. Second to worst in the Eastern Conference. What's been going on this season?
Oh, it's very actually tough. But, you know, I think if you look at our team, I'll give you couple examples. If you look at what OKC did 4 or 5 years ago, if you look at what Philadelphia Sixers did 2 years ago, it's like they bring in the young guys, they're building something, and now they're both team playing for championship. If you look at our team, we have a very special young talents. And, you know, we are trying to build something for future. And I believe this team going to make a lot of noise in a few years.
And speaking of making noise, we just concluded the year 2018, and I think one of the highlights in American sports is the fact that American athletes really spoke out this year about everything from you know, politics to sexual harassment, if I'm thinking about Simone Biles and that particular case. And you actually started to speak out about everything but basketball way before it became all trendy. So how do you see this phenomenon now?
Because, I mean, just basketball players, and I think it should be football players, rappers, singers, actors, because we have lots of fans, you know, and I think all our fans are looking up to us. And I think we need to use our voice to be a leader. And I think the most important thing right now, because all these people are talking, we need to use our fan base to reach out to millions and try to be the voice of all these innocent people. Because with all these tweets, all those followers, or everything, you know, I think the most important thing, I think the more people, not just basketball players, like I said, actors, football players, and everybody should talk about even more stuff, even politics, about sexual harassment and more stuff, because we can reach out to millions.
So we like to have a lot of fun at the end of the show. And because you're here,
I'm very excited about it. I heard
you're very articulate and very smart. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually have you, Enes, read what we were supposed to read at the end, and then we'll replay the video if you want to pay attention to the prompter and the screen and get your thoughts about what we're doing. So here it is at I-24 News, Enes Kanter.
Go ahead.
We end our show with a video from India that might ruffle your feathers. This is a bizarre video, shows a man feeding his pet pigeons out of his own mouth. Oh, wow. The pet owner says his birds won't eat if he places the grain on the ground, so he decided to feed them using his mouth. Wow. Wouldn't you try your hands first?
Now, look at the video, and let's play the video again, because you're busy reading that. What goes through your mind when you see the video of this guy? He's got pet pigeons, and they're eating out of his mouth.
Wow, that is very interesting. It's
pretty disgusting.
It is pretty nasty. I don't know if
you think maybe if you get traded to the Raptors or maybe, say, the Pelicans, you could go to India and get this guy and have him be like the mascot, and have him perform at halftime.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if People want to see it in this halftime. You know, people want to be like, we get more enjoy. You know what?
Let me suggest a trade
weird.
since you did so well. David Schuster for Enes Kanter.
I'm ready to suit up. Enes,
There you go.
great to have you on.
I appreciate it.
That is
Thank you
all
so
for
much.
today.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot.
guys.